Hello there, this is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another couch video. The real game in the streets. Let me make sure y'all see this a bit. And let me be clear, when I say the real game in the streets, you know, the first thing somebody might be thinking like, rough environments and stuff, and it's definitely a lot there. But we're talking about in the real world. The real world. And when we say game, yeah, I'm gonna be real. There can be a lot of manipulation and stuff, but it's ultimately how you navigate the real world. The real world. And it's not limited to urban environments. You know, some of the best game I've seen from individuals was from some folks, men and women, that came from upper class environments. It's just how you navigate out here and everything. And really it comes down to using what you got to get what you want. And what you got is primarily sex appeal. Let me say it again, that's primary sex appeal. And it's not just about getting the opposite sex, but how you influencing other people around you by just who you are. Now the women, how they use it, well shoot, let's just be real. Women know they use that sexual power to get what they want. You know, it could be on jobs. It could just be getting favorable treatment, when they're at a grocery store. It could be when they're on the side of the road and they got a flat tire. And they just stand out there and look at it. A few minutes, a couple guys will stop by, But men always got that power too. Because let's be real out here. Half the population, a little bit more than half, are female. And if you know how to use that power right, you can make money. Now, I've told people I've worked in sales. When I worked in sales at a gym, or when I've done vending work, most of my sales came because the women found me sexually attractive. Now, somebody say, Ron being cocky and stuff and all of that. Well, when some of those women suck your dick after knowing them a while, then you know. Shit. But that's the thing. That's the sales thing. In fact, I did a video one time. I said, a lot of those salesmen also have that sex appeal, which is how they use their stuff. Like they'll use the sex appeal to draw in the women. But here's the one thing about it. When you have it, you also know how to communicate. You got some charisma. So it actually influences other men. Think about it. If a dude's sitting there, he real cool and everything. He's like, oh, okay, he cool. He started talking and everything. He's like, oh, okay, let me see what's up. Because I know some salesmen out here and they tell me how they roll, and I've been a salesman. So that's one way. But then it's also how you carry yourself in certain places. I remember I was working on a project with a buddy of mine down in Atlanta, and I'll just say this project involved us being in one of the rougher areas around there. And he saw what was up. I remember what he said. He said, Ron, you be giving that intellectual side of you online, but shit, you a real G out this motherfucker. Because we were in one of Atlanta's worst neighborhoods rolling around. And I was just like, chill. See, that's game too. How a man moves through the world with authority. See, I'm going to tell you what. I see a lot of people talking online and everything. They be talking about theories and stuff. I say, how that work in the streets, man? How that work in the streets? Be measuring people's jawlines and stuff. I'm like, okay, how that work in the streets? How you see this guy with it? Because that's just a real thing. It's how you do it and everything. It's using what you got to get what you want. And then I'm gonna go dark side. And like I said, people usually think streets and they think urban environments. Bad environments and stuff. Tight environments, you definitely gotta have game, because it's straight up predator versus prey thing. In fact, the first piece of real game that I learned coming up was, and I told people, started out my I wasn't born there, but lived there a little bit, Southeast DC, and I don't know what it looked like now. But the thing I learned earliest is especially as far as man gets woman, is the game for man is to get women without spending money. And the game for women is to get money without giving up the pussy. And that's the thing. So and then it's all about survival and stuff. So it's like, okay, who's the mark over here? Who's the predator? Who can get over? Who can get what they want? Using what you got to get what you want. Now, I ain't promoting it or anything like that. I'm just sharing the reality with you. Who can navigate? Who can hit the streets and be like, say they can survive? Because you remember a couple times I did videos. I said, if you really want to get red pill, shoot, sell everything and move to some city or something that you don't know anybody. You only have a few dollars in your pocket. I said, you'll be red pill after a year. You'll be at the highest level during a year. You know, or you'll die. And I'm going to tell you what, somebody say, damn, Rom, it's cold-blooded. I say, oh, you'll die. That's how cold-blooded it is out there. That's how cold-blooded out there. This world, it's nature. It's survival of the fittest and everything. You know, who can deal with stuff? Who can deal with people? Who can deal with circumstances and all of that? How you going to make it every day? How you going to get what you want to get? And like I said, you got some predators out there. You got some predators. Like, you got a lot of guys talking, oh, look, I'm gonna be real with it. I'm gonna be raw with it. You got a lot of guys thinking, oh yeah, well, if I just get some money and stuff, I'm like, you just making yourself a mark. If that's what you're gonna do. You present your wallet in your hand and stuff, you're approaching women, you use a mark. And that's how some women, they're gonna get it. They're gonna look at you. And trust me, they will try you. And I've seen, and look, this ain't just the urban women. I've seen some women from upper class. And let's just say, this ain't just a race thing. I've seen some upper class white women get over on some guys. In fact, let's just be real with it. They be getting up on a lot of guys. You know, because some dudes be talking about, oh yeah, white men top of the pyramid. Old school pimps will say they in trick marriages. They getting played. And I see that right where I'm at. I'm seeing that right where I'm at. Women get the guy, get his money and stuff. And then some young dude ain't spending no money, but he got that sex appeal, he got that body and stuff. He getting off on him. And speaking of body, you know what? One of the reasons I talk about body game so much is that's what turns a woman on. When a woman looking at a dude, she looking at his physique. She looking at his physique. More so than even his face. Yeah, I said it. I'm out in the streets, motherfucker. You know? Anybody live here, hey, like, shoot, because I used to go down there through North Avenue in Baltimore a lot. You remember when they had that uprising down there? In fact, some of those pictures from there, the Freddie Gray thing, I knew several people, and some of the people they took in pictures, men and women, down there. I actually knew them. I was like, oh, okay. Even some dudes hanging out with some gang members. But you gotta have a certain way to navigate that. You gotta know it, and that one of the things is how you are physically as a man. Because I'm gonna tell you what, as a man, one, that physicality that turns on a woman. That turns on sex. She be like, yeah, he fine. You know, especially if he got a nice body and a rough look, he fine. He fine. But then also part of the game is getting that money too. That's part of the game in the real world. That's why I say sometimes even some upper class cats, they got that game, that hustle. You know, because you gotta know how to work people. You gotta know how to work with what you got. Like I said, especially if you're in sales or something. Because you're dealing with different people, so you gotta be able to flow with them, because all the people ain't gonna be the same. You know, so that, I mean, seriously, it's a totally different thing. And I'm gonna tell you what, I'm gonna just be real out here. A lot of cats be getting played. Let me say it again, a lot of cats be getting played, and I just be sitting back laughing. And some of them, they be like, well, I'm educated and I'm high value. But the money, hard work he doing for his money and stuff, going to some dude who just might not even have a job. Maybe some young boy. All that young boy got is a nice physique and a big ass dick. Real talk. And like I said, if you know how to use like some dude who got all of that, he got that body build. he got that, he know how to get that drip on him. And plus, he know how to have that conversation. People call it a mouthpiece. Shit, he stayed in a job. He stayed making money. Might even have that hustle or something down there. And just to be clear, when I'm saying hustle, I don't necessarily mean an illegal thing. Anything you do out there to make that money, do what you got to do and stuff is your hustle. That's the real game. And see, I'm going to tell you what, why that turn on women on a basic level. And I got to shout out this one sister. I ain't see her posting a while. Sweet lady in Chi-Town. If you see this, love, hey, shout yourself out. But she broke it down. She said a man need to have sex appeal and nest appeal. So if you got some dude in the real world, first of all, if he physically look good, but then he can go out there and get that hustle on, get that money, boom. You know, that's the game in the real world. See, some dudes think, oh, if I just have money, that's all I need. Nah, you gotta be able to make a loins to stimulate. And see, I'm gonna tell you what. Like I said, I used to. I don't do it as much vending. Most of my customers, when I was out vending, selling my books and stuff, be females. I be selling books for men. They be buying, and they come up there. Cause I get in there, make sure my drip is okay. When people see me in the real world, they like, oh shit, that's a big motherfucker. So it was like the women, they said they dealing with me, they looking up. And I say, oh yeah, well, this for guys. Women be like, let me get it anyway. Y'all up in my face, all of that. But I use what I had to get what I want. I use what I had to get what I want. So, had the bait, had the convo, boom. And sometimes I got some friends benefits from it. But that's how it is in the real world. That's why, that's how it is in the streets. That's the real game. Not sitting around talking and complaining, but being able to navigate out here. Being able to make that connection. Being able to influence someone. Being able to influence the people around you. Because you're getting the women on, if you're a man, you're getting the women on one thing, you turning them on, but then as a man, another man see, he say, oh shoot, he physically imposing, but he cool. Shoot, other men influenced by that. It's like, oh, okay, cool, Rom. All right, what's up, Rom? Oh, okay, boom. And that's the real game in the streets. Using what you got to get what you want. And seriously, and like, you get some guys, they try to act like they're doing something online, but please, whatever. And anybody doubt what I'm saying, well, people around here see me around here. There's several people that say, oh yeah, I see you online and everything. They see us, oh shit. Dang. But that's just it. That's just it. Now y'all wondering why I'm sharing this. Honestly, I'm seeing a lot too many men ain't doing shit. Ain't getting out here. Like I said, if you really want to be red pill, go to some area you haven't been in. Even if you do stay there for a little while, just tell your family, hey, you know what, I want to try something. Keep their phone number, keep some way to contact them or something to get you out if you can't hang. If you don't want to go away. But I had one young brother, he did exactly what I said. Boom. And he be hitting me up talking about, man, Uncle Ron, stuff changed for me. I'm seeing stuff totally different. I got this going on and stuff. Because at the end of the day, all of it is about life. Navigating life. I know some cats want to get online and pretend like they doing some shit. Okay, that's good. But what happened when you go to, the cameras are off and everything? Cameras are off. People can't like pump you up. You got a nice fine woman to lay up with. You got money to handle whatever comes up. Because that's what it comes down to. Come down to getting what you want, using what you got to get what you want. Alright? So I want y'all to think on that, alright? Get back with y'all. Peace and blessings.